Hello, welcome to the Texas Rights Life Facebook Live update. We are here at the Capitol. I'm here in Austin, the legislative team. Go ahead and like this post, comment on it, share the post so we can get more viewers, obtain some more watchers before we dive into kind of the nuts and bolts of what's been happening in the pro-life movement here in the Capitol. My name is Emily Cook. I serve as our general counsel, our political director, and a member of our lobbying team. We've got lots of work to do in the Texas legislature. There's sometimes a misconception that because everyone is Republicans, that the pro-life issues kind of sail right through the process. And that's not entirely accurate, and we'll get to that in a minute. But in the meantime, please go ahead, like, comment, share this post so all your friends and families can receive this important update. If you're not a follower of Texas Right to Life, I encourage you to check out our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter, and our website at www.texasrighttolife.com. It is a wealth of information that will keep you up to date on what is going on in the pro-life movement, from protecting innocent unborn lives to protecting the dignity and lives of the elderly, the sick, and the disabled in Texas. We're going to go ahead and get started with what's going on in the Texas House and the Texas Senate during this legislative session. In the last few days, Texas Right to Life has seen two of our priority pro-life legislative agenda items passed out of the Texas Senate. These two bills, Senate Bill 415 is the dismemberment abortion ban. We've talked a lot about that particular piece of legislation the last few weeks, and Senate Bill 415 is carried by State Senator Charles Perry out of Lubbock. Its House companion is carried by Representative Stephanie Click, who is a practicing nurse in the Fort Worth area, and her bill number is House Bill 844. But the Senate version was heard last week in the Texas Senate, and wasn't a lot of debate. It sailed out with 22-9 was the vote count, and that includes 20 Republicans, the 20 Republicans in the Texas Senate, and 2 Democrats. This pro-life bill that recognizes the humanity of the unborn child carried Senator Eddie Lucio from Brownsville, who's always been a staunch supporter of the pro-life cause, and Senator Judith Zaffarini out of Laredo. And we were very proud that the discussion was short on the Senate floor, and I say proud because this is why the Democrats didn't really put up too much of a fight. They don't like to talk about the humanity of an unborn child. The dismemberment abortion ban forces folks to realize what a gruesome, barbaric procedure abortion, the killing of an unborn child, really is. The dismemberment abortion ban is a type of second trimester abortion, a type of D&E procedures that kills the child by ripping the child from limb to limb. The failure of liberal pro-choice Democrats to put up a huge fight, PR fight against the dismemberment abortion ban, shows that when it comes to the pro-life movement, we are winning on talking about the humanity of an unborn child and the value of that child's life, and the person qualities of an unborn child. And Texas Right to Life believes that a prudent way to continue this fight is by challenging Roe versus Wade, challenging the abortion jurisprudence, talking about the state's interest in protecting fetal life, and embarking down this road. So we want these questions in front of a judge. We want these questions to be asked, and Texas to lead the way on that issue. We saw the same kind of success with this line of reasoning back in 2013 when Texas Right to Life's top priority legislative agenda item was the 20-week ban, which prohibited abortions after 20 weeks due to a baby's ability to feel pain. That talks about the humanity of the unborn child, causes a court to recognize that issue, and is still the law today in Texas. So we're extremely excited. Senate Bill 415, the dismemberment abortion ban, is out of the Texas Senate. Just today, another priority item of Texas Right to Life passed out of the Senate on a 19 to 10 vote today, and that bill is Senate Bill 20. 25 other states have already passed some version of this particular legislation. It is called the Pro-Life Health Insurance Reform Bill. And what this bill does is it prevents you and I from subsidizing abortion coverage through state employee plans, through participant premiums. It makes abortion coverage, you can purchase a supplemental plan if you would like that kind of coverage, but it allows pro-life Texans like you and I to not subsidize abortion coverage when we don't need it, we don't want it, and we certainly don't want to be paying for it for other people. And that bill was heard very briefly on the Senate floor today and passed out without much fanfare. So the question is, and I'm sorry, I have to talk about who the author of that bill is. Senator Larry Taylor out of the Friendswood area is carrying Senate Bill 20. He also carried this bill for us last legislative session and saw success on the Senate side. But unfortunately, during the previous legislative session, that bill died. The Pro-Life Health Insurance Reform Bill died in the Texas House, which is a perfect segue to talk about what comes next. What comes next for pro-life legislation in the Texas legislature? The answer to that is action by the Texas House of Representatives. This is the easy stuff. Talking about stopping, reducing the number of abortions, talking about reversing Roe versus Wade and encroaching and knocking down that legal theory. That's the easy stuff. That's the stuff that your elected officials, your state representatives campaign on each primary cycle. They fall over each other to say that I'm the most pro-life, but they are stalling in the Texas House. The politics of the Texas House do not bode entirely well for the passage of these pro-life policies. And so we're here to deliver a message that if the Texas House of Representatives fails to take up the Pro-Life Health Insurance Reform Bill and the dismemberment abortion ban, what does that say about their ability to take up difficult issues that involve the big medical lobby, big hospital associations who are denying the right to life of you and I, of our parents who are being denied life-sustaining treatment. If they cannot act, if our elected officials cannot act on the easy stuff, where will they stand when the decisions actually become tough and more nuanced and require a more principled stand? We need the Texas House to be as bold as the Texas Senate has been in passing pro-life reforms in the state of Texas. And so I encourage you, your call to action is to pick up the phone, find out who your elected official is in the Texas House of Representatives if you don't already know. A great resource for that is if you simply Google Texas Legislature online. You can, right there on the home page, you can look up who your elected official is by entering in your address, and you'll find out, and you can be connected to them via email, via physical offices, and via phone. And pick up the phone, write an email, write a letter, especially come visit the Capitol and say, hey, we want you to not only support these pro-life measures, but define for them what support is. Support is going to leadership and saying, these issues are important to my constituents, and I need you to help me effectuate these policies. Simply saying I support a bill over in the Dome doesn't always mean a positive outcome. That support has to take actual action, hands and feet to accomplish the goal of getting these pro-life reforms passed. So thank you for being in prayer for our legislative team, for all of the pro-life officials who are working so diligently and so hard to overcome this political impasse that we're seeing in the Texas House of Representatives. Thank you. We ask you to please continue to follow us. If you have questions about what's going on, sign up on our website at www.texasrightslife.com. You can sign up for websites, for alerts, and there's a mechanism for you to send an email to our team, and someone from Texas Right to Life staff sees those emails. So Thank you for connecting with us. Please keep us in your prayers as we continue to fight this battle on the front lines here at the Texas Capitol.